jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out that more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports,
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. A-Side official. No negotiations needed, period. You already know WCS is back with another one. 2025, we had a fight kickoff the other night. You already know Pacheco versus Steven Nelson out of Omaha, Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? I was hoping Steven pulls off that. This would be the good time to get an upset. You know what I'm saying? Both undefeated fighters. You know what I'm saying? The old vet taking on the young lion. I was really pulling for Nelson, being he's a vet, period. You know, served this time in the military. I want to see him pull out that win and come back, come back to Garrison and talk about it in the post-fight conference. But it didn't go his way. It wasn't for a lack of effort. It was just Pacheco. He did what he needed to do to land the more solid, effective, grading punches, which I would call it, that allow him to kind of level out the fight and then, take the charge, accordingly. With that said, WCS is going to let you listen in on the audio of the post-fight conference, because I think it's important sometimes to listen to the post-fight conference, But ultimately, with Pacheco's win over Nelson, Berlanga took the opportunity to do a little clout trotting. He so-called said that he can get Pacheco the bag. I mean, I never seen a fighter who come in second against his biggest fight, and I guess you gotta act like you did what you were supposed to do regardless. Fake it till you make it, as they call it. He's saying, hey, I'm going around here saying I can get you your biggest bag now. And the man still haven't freaking won a title. He haven't really, anchored himself in 168 pounds like he's the best up there outside of Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He just haven't did it. It's a lot of names that's in front of Berlanga, but one thing he does is have a fan base. Berlanga has a fan base. He has the connection to the outer layer, which is considered to be the group, the communal culture. You know what I'm saying? That communal called the culture. But let's get down to it, man. Congrats to both fighters. Solid performance from both. Pacheco, I underestimated him, but like I said earlier, he is absolutely a very solid boxer. Real talk. Smooth. Great cardio. Look calm under pressure the whole fight. Calm under pressure. And he looked better than any Berlanga fight I've seen, man. I don't know, as far as composure and what I expect from a fighter. I don't know, man. I was more entertained looking at him fighting and switching it up when he started to actually make the adjustments with the uppercut. He was using his counter hook and that uppercut. I watched him get his timing down. You can effectively see it happen with Nelson, who was very mobile. You know what I'm saying? He was in and out. He was trying to mix up the clock, on Pacheco. Pacheco was trying to, download his timing and everything. And Nelson was mixing it up, man. Had very solid lateral movement, in and out feints. I was impressed with that type of um, cardio that Nelson had at his age to do that much moving. He did end up getting cut, which he said the cut affected him. It was bleeding. It was right over his left eye. So it was, pretty much descending into the left corner of his eye. And you know anything about blood can blur your vision. All right. Let's get down to this audio. And this audio is for educational purposes only. Okay? Educational purposes only. Let me put my disclosure up there, just so people can understand that it's for educational purposes only. And this is from FightHype.com. Shout out to Fight Hype, man.
Yeah, he's a good boxer. He stayed under control. To be young like that, he didn't let me, throw him off when I was trying to step to him and stuff like that. So I think he's ready for the next level. It's good for him.
Terrence, how did you assess Steven's performance tonight? Really good, tough 12-round fight. What did you think of Steven tonight and Pacheco for that matter?
I think both of them showed a lot of heart and grit. I think Steven did a tremendous job. He just started a little late. I think the cut got to him a little bit when it happened. And Pacheco did what he was supposed to do. He jabbed, he stayed disciplined with his distance. And when it came down to fighting, I just felt like, it was too late.
We made USAA for homeowners who like being.
Steve, you hit him with a pretty good shot there in the 12th round that seemed to shake him a little bit. Did you feel that he was hurt at some point?
Yeah, for sure. There was a couple of times where I caught him with good shots, and I just seen his body language. But like Bud said, I should have kicked the gas in like a little earlier. But man, it sucked to be on this end of the fight game. But we got to get away from, people taking losses and they're like, oh, that's over for him. Like, no, we got to make these fights, big fights happen. That's why I went for him.
And how much did the cut affect you? Obviously, you had to fight most of the fight with it.
That was a big reason why my game plan kind of got thrown off. I started off good, feeling good, movement. Everything was going good, but then caught me with that right hand. And it wasn't hard, it was just right at the end of his gloves and split up a whole cut I already had. And that changed the whole game.
Miguel Maravilla with Fight News. You kind of answered on that cut. However, obviously that was a factor for you. Did it slow you down? Did you feel you could have done more had you not been cut?
For sure. If I didn't get that cut, I think the fight would have been a whole different type of fight. But I know a lot of people here don't understand how it feels when you get a cut. And you get the cut, it's not the cut that bothers you, it's when it goes into your eye and you start seeing orange and yellow and you really can't see. Like I said, that would throw off anybody. I had one eye basically, but you know what I mean? He did what he was supposed to do. He stayed composed. He stayed on the outside and let me dog him like I wanted to. And he came out victorious.
Stephen, what was the conversation you had with yourself before the 11th round, and what did you learn about yourself tonight?
I didn't learn anything about myself because I already knew, like I said, I've been through hell. Another man in the ring, that's fun compared to the things I've been through. But going into that 11th round, I really didn't even know the rounds. I wasn't even counting the rounds, but they said 11 rounds. Oh shit, I gotta kick it up. I wish I would have got that a little earlier, and then I would have kicked it up. But like I said, that's me. I should have, been on it, the gas earlier. But like I said, the cut threw me off the middle rounds, and then once I got over that cut, it's too late.
Steven, I know you said you still want the big fights. A good style matchup would probably be you and Christian Mabili in the weight class. What would you think of that fight?
Hey, I want to fight any of those guys. I hope they call me out, or I hope they accept the fight. You're supposed to. All of them.
Nothing, even when you got the cut, even when you was getting tired.
Hey, I look at it like this: the cut did in fact, at one point in time affect and and probably influence Steven Nelson to make those adjustments early to mid fight, right? But I will accredit him for the pace that he was keeping up, and also the punches that he was landing. His selection was, in my opinion, very how you put it, very selective. It was conducive to the pace of the fight. When it was time for him to really load up on some punches, those power punches he did. I think he hurt Pacheco a couple of times, but on the side of Pacheco, I actually saw him collecting data. I seen him hit, land some of those counter shots. The uppercut, the hook, stand with that long ass jab. Man, his jab really gives you no preamble to what he's about to, what tune that he's about to give you. I'm serious. Like that jab is very slingshot like for Pacheco, very smooth and rhythm, and he got mad potential. I'm not gonna lie, he got mad potential in the game. I don't think Nelson pressured him enough with solid shots to get within that reach. I mean, Pacheco, man, his reach, it's almost like he had like 80 plus inch reach the way he was popping that jab up there so easily. You know what I'm saying? Very, very fluent. You know what I'm saying? Technique wise, on point. Not a wild fighter. I would say this about Nelson though. I wish he would have invested to the body a little bit more. I wish he would have invested to the body. That fight right there, I don't think either fighter invested to the body really. Consistently, round for round, try to break him down. Sometimes you have to really pay the toll across the bridge when you have a fighter as accurate as Pacheco was with Nelson. When he actually started to get his counter shots down, because Nelson kept coming in, he was coming in a straight line. And Pacheco's like, okay, if you're going to come in a straight line, I'm going to wait till you get it off. And just near the end of your combination, I'm going to throw either a hook or uppercut. And he started to land them, So you can say to yourself, well, a cut can't be that bad. Yeah, a cut can alter a lot, but how did you get the cut? It's called fighting at the end of the day. So when you select a certain strategy to basically be linear, and your direct approach to close distance is at a straightforward angle, if you do it too many times with a fighter that's very rangy like Pacheco, you're gonna start wearing the fight. And I give it up to Pacheco for being consistent, accurate, punctual. You know what I'm saying? With his counter shots, with his jabs, when he put his 3-punch combinations together, not too much over the top, just enough, man. You know what I'm saying? And Nelson's work rate, for his age, it's commendable. It's commendable, bro. You know what I'm saying? For him to go in there and press the younger fighter. He was pressing the younger fighter with pressure. And I was like, damn, who would have thought he would be the one pressuring? But I like that rhythm that he was in, man. Nelson was in. Like he was doing a lot of moving rhythm, to try to keep Pacheco constantly thinking about, when he was actually going to come in and land some punches. Very solid, very solid. I don't know, I don't really do the grading as far as off the scale of 1 to 10 when it comes to their report card, but I definitely enjoyed the fight. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed the fight. It was cool. But Berlanga, in the aftermath of it all, Nelson, um, he earned his first loss. It doesn't mean his career is over. I don't know what he has next, but Pacheco moves on, continuing to be, undefeated fighter, most deserving. And I'm pretty sure he heard Berlanga that was out there talking. Now, it was two situations that was going on a fight night. I'm gonna get to the Shakur Stevenson, Tito Mercado, right? But Edgar Berlanga, who was 22-1, 17 knockouts. At one point in time, he was, considered this guy who had power, but his opponents that he was knocking out was nothing more than some of the traffic markers that you see sitting in the road when they're doing construction. If you ride by, you roll your window down, and you slap one of them things gonna fall over. You know what I'm saying? That's how Edgar Berlanga's opponents was looking. He was just going in there and knocking them out, and going about his business until he ran into Demond Nichols. Now, he's only 27 years old, and people still waiting for him to step up and beat somebody worth notoriety. Saul Alvarez was his opportunity. And Canelo dropped him in the third round, and it wasn't too much more after that. Berlanga did land some shots in there, but the fight was never at a point where it hit a moment of question. Like, damn, it's a tide turning. Is Berlanga, he's going to show us that he has a different gear, a different level? Can he change gears? Can he activate another cylinder that we didn't know he had? And the answer was no. No. But he, so-called, did a little clout chasing last night and saying that he wanted to give Pacheco his biggest payday. I don't think Berlanga should fight Pacheco because, like I said on the earlier live, Pacheco, in my opinion, is the kind of style that Berlanga would like to have with Berlanga's so-called power. Like, Pacheco has decent power. I'm not going to lie. Pacheco has decent power. But when you compare sound technical skills, the fluidity, smoothness of technical boxing skills between Berlanga and Pacheco, Berlanga has that shit hands down, in my opinion. Now, Berlanga has shown that he can fight. He ain't no chump. He got heart. I just want to see him in a fight where his heart is tested. I didn't think he did enough with Canelo. Could him and Pacheco potentially fight? It'd be good to see him go in there. And fight somebody that's a notable name, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that they can say, okay, that's a notable name where we can respect. He's 27, and I think Pacheco is like, 23? Or something like that. Yeah, I'd like to see that fight. I think it's a bad matchup for Berlanga right now. Berlanga with 23 professional fights. It's now or never. You've been floating around 168-pound division for quite some time. You know what I'm saying? And, you did beat Steve Rose in a decision. He had one loss when you beat him. Romain Angulo, he had 2 losses when you beat him. You went the distance. But we all know the fight that kind of changed everything up for the monster who said he was a monster was Demond Nicholson. The fight that I made some thousands off of. Just based off people thinking that Demond Nicholson, who had been stopped by Benfield And Jess Hart, he felt like Edgar Berlanga, who was on a knockout streak, will be the one who stops him also. And that wasn't the case, man. That wasn't the case. I'm just being honest. That wasn't the case. You know, won me a lot of money off Berlanga. Do he have legitimate punching power? I believe he does have some power, but timing, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to power, you already know what they say about that. I think Pacheco has pretty solid, smooth timing, you know, and blend that in with power. I think he'd be a problem for Berlanga with that reach. He fights like a lone sniper, a lone range sniper, man. So we'll have to see if that fight materializes at the end of the day. That's all I can say. We'll have to see if it materializes. Shout out to Arnold Brown on deck. Shout out to Fanatic. What's good? Shout out to OG Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz. What's good? I see you. We have to see how that plays out because I think it'll be a tough fight for Berlanga, but it'll be a fight that the people need to see at 168. He just don't have the roster right now. He has the fan base. He has the Canelo on his record. How long is the date is going to be on the Canelo fight? What I mean by that, when what do they say when you look at canned goods, you look at food, you want to know how long is this going to be edible? How long is it going to be palatable to freaking fight fans? The Canelo fight, because a lot of you cats are taking Canelo fight and you're just taking a nutritional value for 5-6 fights out there. I got Canelo fight. I got Canelo fight. Why you up here chomping on finger food? The Canelo fight supposed to, have 5-star matchups. You know what I'm saying? The fight fan's supposed to be treated to a 5-star. Cause you went to the top. You don't go to the top of the food chain, so to speak. Fight the man, go the distance, and then you don't try to get close to that. Now Pacheco isn't close to that. Yeah, he's in line to have a title fight here and there, and Berlanga's trying to, get a little clout to get himself into position. But I think it's a bad move for him. He should try his own lane, to get that title shot. And I know what you're talking about. He had a title shot with Canelo. I'm just saying, align himself with some of the other guys. I guess if I'm looking at it, Pacheco is that guy. But to be honest with you, I just don't think he's the guy that Berlanga needs to fight right now. It's kind of a little bit contradicting what I'm saying. I think that's a good matchup. But when you're making a choice to fight a tough opponent like Pacheco, in my opinion, you better be ready. That's all I'm gonna say. You better be ready if you Berlanga. You better be ready, because he's a smooth operator in my opinion, man. I do see him being the champion at 168 pounds in the future, like I said, and it's a lot that's going on with that division, with Canelo fighting. Skull coming up to get his title back, be undisputed a second time, and if everything works out right, the stars align, and the sun stays out. September come around, and we'll get to see one of the biggest fights where it's just going to do incredible numbers as far as the buys, as far as boxing history, and the performance that we're able to witness as boxing fans. Okay, I don't know if y'all was paying attention to after the fight on the undercard, but Tito Mercado end up pretty much earning a victory via knockout. Okay, so with that said, Tito Mercado is at 140 pounds. Okay, 140 pounds. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's certain situations that need counselors, that need tour guides. I don't know why. I really don't know why or why or why. Shakur Stevenson was on the sideline going back and forth, telling Mikado, he's a bitch. And Mikado going back and forth. They're not in the same division. And if Shakur has 3 divisions, I don't know, man. You're not fighting him. You say you're not fighting him. So why are y'all going back and forth? I think it's a 20-year-old thing. I think it's just some people just cannot show up to a fight to support their fighter without getting into it with another fighter that's outside of anything they got going on that night. I don't know, man. It's probably something out there as to why he was exchanging verbal sparring with Tito Mercado. But Mercado going in there and getting that victory had nothing to do with Shakur Stevenson. He's at a whole nother division, and Stevenson has showed no signs that he's planning to move up to 140. So why argue with something that's irrelevant? Why? Well, I mean, I'm just not understanding maturity. You should be focused on fights that matter. Am I right or wrong, y'all? Shakur should be focused on fights that matter. The premise of why you're talking should matter. Not just arguing with another human being that's in the same profession as yourself, and you select to give them attention. And it's what we done heard already. You bitch ass nigga. You hoe. Yeah, we heard that, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what the deal is. Like, what's the purpose of freaking going back and forth, man? Like, it reminds me about Atlanta, man. The A. All these reality shows down here, man. They're all them drama, bro. Gossip, drama, gossip, drama, gossip. Like, men, unless they in that environment and they just bombs hanging out on the street and they get to see people pass them every day. When you have something going on for yourself, you shouldn't have to engage with people that really don't have, like, a positive influence on the go in your life. You know what I'm saying? If Mikado don't have anything to do with the go in your life, Shakur, helping you move forward, helping you ascend to higher heights, is he a name that you have to face? No, he's not, bro. But Keyshawn Davis is. I'm just saying. I wanna try to show you something right quick. Hold up. I want to show you something right quick. This is gonna be cool. All right. I want to show you something Shakur Stevenson should be worried about. Real talk. If I can find it. I know it's here. This is what he should be worrying about, man. Come on now. I know you in here. Where you at? Where you at? I seen you. Where are you? Okay. This might be it right here, yo. This might be it right here. Nope, this is not it. Let me find the one. I know it's in here. It just crossed my mind at the last minute. This is what Shakur should be worried about, man. Where you at, man? I think they took that shit down. Yo. And look. Hold up. Shakur was over there doing push-ups because he lost a bet. You ever think you would have seen Canelo Alvarez doing push-ups, getting on the floor that people been walking on with the soles of their shoes? You think you would have seen Canelo? You think you would have seen Crawford doing that shit on TV? No. No. I need to find this video because this proves my point on what I'm saying about Shakur. Hold on for a second. Come on, man. Come on, yo. Let me go there. Let me go here. I know it's out there. I know it's out there, man. Let me see. Oh, I know where it's at. Yeah. Yeah. Now I know where I seen it. When you see this, you'll see. You'll say, okay, you know something. Okay. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. Check this out. Let me share this right quick. Right? Shout out to iKey TV. One of the best that's out there. Shout out to iKey. Real talk. One of the best that's out there doing it. Now, the reason why I showed you this is because it's pretty much what I keep saying about Shakur having problems with Keyshawn Davis. This is how I look at it when I say Crawford in certain cases. I say, hey, he's stronger than what people think. I think this is a perfect example as to what I'm saying. When I seen this video, I say, yeah, this caveats perfectly to what I'm saying about Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson. Watch this, and you tell me what you think, okay? You tell me what you think with this right here. Okay, first of all, what you're looking at, the face-off. Now, I know they're in between fights, both of them, but you can already see the frame of Keyshawn Davis looks much bigger than Shakur. Okay, I understand that doesn't matter because I always talk about size. In certain cases, don't matter. It's according to the heart and skill and courage. Combine that cocktail together, and it's according to how much they have hydrated off of their whole life, and to how they go into a battle. Think how their thought process is when they enter a battle. Keyshawn looks much bigger than Shakur right here, frame-wise and everything, right? But peep this out. He picked Shakur up like he was a baby boy. Oh, that's my baby boy. Bring him over here. Oh, man. What he come on? 9 pounds, what? 8 ounces? God damn. Keyshawn picked that man up like he was about to feed. He just got a bottle out of the boiler, heating it up. And he's about to feed his little son. He picked him up so lightly. I saw Mike Tyson releasing some pigeons. All I see was feathers coming down like embers. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It seemed like somebody had a pillow fight. And one of the pillows had busted, and them feathers started coming out the side a little bit. For real, I thought it was a snowstorm like just happened down here in Georgia, man. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was a little flakes coming down. He picked Shakur up like he was feathers. Easy. And then Shakur wanna land the shot. No, bro. That man picked you up with ease. Like he was changing the sheets on his bed, and he picked up the pillows and tossed them over there, and then he would continue to, put the fitted sheet on, then the flat sheet, and then made the bed. That's how light he picked Shakur. Look at the grip in the back. Look at the grip on the back. I think it's gonna take a bit more than the expressions, man. I don't think so. Keyshawn knows that he's stronger than Shakur Stevenson, man. And you know, I know at the end of the day, if Shakur had some of the equalizers like Tank, the power, I know we'd be talking a different story. I know the tune would be different. I get it. But the way that man picked up Shakur, come on, man. You know how you buy a bag of Lay's potato chips and you crack that bitch open and it's only half of the bag in there? He picked him up like a unopened bag of Lay's potato chips, yo. And that shit popped open and the air came out, man. And Shakur was just dangling his feet like they was at the playground. You know what I'm saying? Like you was helping your kid on the monkey bars for the first time and his feet was dangling. I mean, it was so easy. Look how he pushed him off, yo. Come on. Look how he pushed him off. Look at the shoulders and the triceps of Shakur Keyshawn compared to Shakur that had his hand. Just look at the overall stature, size. You know, most of the time when they say you cross your arm, it's for defensive. You know, you're guarding yourself, so to speak. In this case, Keyshawn is just having his hands crossed. He's unbothered. He's like, no, I'm not worried. That is very small, minimal. I don't feel like I'm in danger. You know, like, dude, did you not? People gonna talk about this when they get up enough courage to do so. Because a lot of these dudes trying to all of a sudden come back and start kissing Shakur Stevenson's ass because they was dogging him out at the end of 2024 and shit. And they want to come back around and they're going to select one of these dudes. Use just the dark-skinned dude who keep get the hate. I'm just going off freaking history. Deontay Wilder, Crawford. I'm just saying, though, Keyshawn is the right complexion. He's like a Spence complexion, a shade Spence. DeSoto shade Texas, DeSoto shade Spence. You know, Keyshawn is going to get the love and Shakur is going to get the hate. Because they find it real easy to hate on Shakur, for real. But I'm just looking at the overall demeanor. Who do you think is older in this pick? Even Keyshawn looks older. You know, he got the beard going on. Shakur's smooth, shaven. You know, he looked like the older brother when he's the younger fighter out of the two. But all I'm saying is 2 moments in him where he picked that man up, and then he shoved him off like, dude, you light. You light in the eyes. Man, he just shoved that man all the way back to the ropes, dog. Oh my God. He just shoved that man all the way back to the ropes. Team Keyshawn already know, man. He sized Shakur up all the time, man. He sized him up all the time. These two need to go ahead and get that money. Y'all know it. I put it out there, man. I say they need to fight each other. I said Team Davis. I believe deep down in my heart, not just because it's Sunday, that their family. When Shakur Stevenson was nowhere around, I know Keyshawn and his manager, his mother, his sisters, his brothers, all of them was sitting at the table feasting, and the goddamn conversation came up. Hey, bro. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey. There's money out there right now. You know, Turk Ali Sheik is just, you know, he got that bag, that liquid bag, man. You know what happens when they have that liquid bag? You keep on pouring that shit in there, get to the rim, and it overflows. It doesn't decrease the value of it. It just means you got a lot of money just coming out, and if you have something up under there to collect some of that, you're gonna feel real good. You're gonna benefit for that money, that liquid money. I think you should think about preparing yourself to call out your boy. Enjoy these moments where y'all are cheesing, having fun, wrestling. He picking you up, you kicking, dangling your legs like y'all on a school playground in the sandbox, swing set, monkey bars, sliding board, and all this other shit. I'm telling you, bro. What y'all just saying, how he just shoved Shakira all the way back. Man, come on, bro. We already seen Shakira in the street, you know, trying his best to knock a motherfucker out back in the day. I don't know. Looking at Keyshawn, man, Keyshawn's overall strength, ain't nobody gonna tell me that Shakira is stronger than Keyshawn right now. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that the Keyshawn Davis family hasn't had this conversation. Man, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, you know, that's just blacks, man. It's okay, but blacks in boxing, when it comes to them, you know, us and the money, and you're in a position to make millions with somebody, you know, it's a difference if they was family fam. You know, like the Charlos say they promised their mama they never fight. They'll never fight. But they just giving away millions. Because who wouldn't want to see two human beings that look alike, act alike, loose cannons go in there and fight each other? Come on, man. It's going to be some low blows. It's going to be some elbows. It's going to be a lot of shit going on. But Keyshawn, that is not your fam, bro. That is just your builder buddy. A lot of people that have built the buddy, you know what I'm saying? You build a buddy and you go through these laughable, joyful, friendly times. When you come to boxing and there's money out there to be made with both of y'all fighting each other, guess what? What means more? You all can get back to that when it's all said and done when you in your 30s. When Shakira's like 37, Keyshawn like 34, 35, and y'all done made millions. Y'all potentially had 2 fights together where y'all sat comfortably after that. I think both of y'all have kids now, at least one child. I mean, that plays a significant role. See, in the military, when you have a kid, they pay you extra for the child. Boxing, they don't pay you extra for anything. You just have to go off the money that you earn. In the military, you have a kid, you get the birth certificate and the paperwork, you bring it down to the GPAC, IPAC, whatever it's called, administrative, and they add you to the system. And from the day that you enter that paperwork, your pay is backdated to the first paycheck that you get that money, how long ever it takes to process. So if 2 paydays go by, when you submitted the paperwork until you actually hit the system and you are now getting paid for it in the military, you get back paid. You get back paid, man. Getting paid twice a month. Every kid you have up to a certain point, you can see how the difference it is when you get paid for a kid. Okay? Not only that, you know, there's a lot more benefits that goes along with it that's not even close to what boxing has. But all I'm saying, these 2 youngins right here in their 20s, and not to beat a horse that may be already on the ground chilling. I wouldn't say dead, but they might just be relaxing. Somebody might want to go over there, you know, and start, you know, have that horse stand up and start jumping on the back and riding that motherfucker to a different, say, hey, I'm coming to a town near you. You might want to put a mask on, Keyshawn, and become the goddamn Black Lone Ranger out of Norfolk, Virginia. And ride over there to Newark, say, hey, times has changed, bro. I want to call you out. We got plenty of time to be friends in life. When we get out the sport, we can look back with our kids, you know, and we can laugh about this shit. But y'all are 2 individuals that can trash talk one another. It can get disrespectful to build a fight up and make millions. The same shit I said about Errol Spence and Charlo. So I want to see if y'all going to take full advantage of it. I do. Because I know them dudes was listening. They didn't do no face-off until I said what I said when I did my live. They heard it. But Keyshawn, don't say this what y'all want and you don't have enough courage to go make it happen. I know you do. Your family is different. You got your two brothers on deck. Keon now is even on deck from the AMs. You got your whole family in the rotation, goddammit, and all of them on the starting lineup when it comes to the damn business. Your Ellis is business key. So I know you're going to make this fight happen. But you need to start ASAP. You need to let people know this 2025 all the way live. You need to start letting people know, hey, I want to get this money. This man picked up Shakur like he was freaking a fresh crate of pillows. I mean, a light. You know, when you take out a soft pillow, you got about a good, I would say 10, 10 good nights of good sleep, where it's at its best before it starts to warp and contort. Look at this shit. He ain't scared.
That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my.
He said, get this little lightweight nigga off me, man. No, man, get this dude off me. He too light. You don't think Keyshawn was sunning you right there? Like, man, you too light in the ass for me, man. Since you already know that that's what I'm thinking right now, that's on my mind, we need to fight. Stop bullshitting. Moms agree with me. I know there's been conversation. Moms agree with me. Hey, baby. WCS is right. You need to goddamn make that money. You and Shakur can be friends on the other end. Right now, we need to make this. We need to get the fans involved. We did the face-off and everything. Y'all was joking and laughing. You picked him up. You pushed him to the ropes. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a little bit as, old as baby walker. Like you had a baby walker around the house. He pushed your crib back like he was a little baby walker. Shit bounced off the wall and everything. Fell, tumbled down the stairs, all that shit, just off one push. I'm telling you, bro. I know they done had the conversations. I know Calvin done said, hey, man, I think you should go ahead and try to get that fight with Shakur while you're in the same division. I'm telling you. It's good. While the getting is good, don't try to say y'all need to let this marinate. No. Y'all both a silver medalist in the Olympics. It ain't no marinating. Y'all in the same division. You all are builder buddies. What better way than to sever that line of communication when it comes to friendship and give the fans a fight that they want to see, goddammit. Fuck all the smiles. Fake it if you got to. Make it look real. You can do anything with these social media cats today, man. They don't listen. They don't believe real shit. So if you fake the shit, they gonna believe it's real. And if it's real, they gonna think it's fake. So you good both ways, man. That's what type of era you in. You good both ways. They ain't gonna know which part of it to say, I don't know if that's real. They faking it. No, they faking that's real right there. They ain't gonna be able to figure it out, yo. Y'all gonna be going at each other on social media, and then they see you in public, dapping each other up. See, man, I told you it was fake, man. No, did you see how they dapped them up, though? That shit wasn't real like it used to be. It's different. Shit different now, man. I'm trying to tell you, this shit different. They ain't the way it used. They ain't tight as they used to be, bro. I'm telling you, man. Shit, real talk. Oh, man, this fight gonna be crazy. This fight gonna be crazy. They really don't like each other. Man, that's sad to hear, because black people, man, the bros need to get along with one another, man, especially in a sport like this, where the Mexican fighters are taking over, man. They need to do better, man. As a people, man, we just need to get together. As a people, that's all we need to do. We need to bond. We need to become cohesive as a unit. You know what I'm saying? We need to unite. Especially with Black History Month coming up. Man, why they had to fall out all of a sudden, man? Why? Why? Hey, dude, I just wanted to show y'all that, man. I don't want to keep doing it over and over. Shout out to IKTV, one of the best in the game. Shout out to him. You know, that was his content. But I just had to put that up there because I believe at the end of the day, that would be a damn good fight. They should sign up for 2 fights and make the most money they ever will make, you know, with an opponent. Seriously, that's all you have to do. If they can sell this correctly, because Shakur is always on Twitter. Keyshawn is always, both of them are on X, putting out tweets and shit. This is the perfect time. He's going in there with Baranchik. It's the perfect time. The perfect time. Shakur's going in there with Schofield. It's the perfect time for one of them. Check this out, y'all. The same way Shakur Stevenson came in the ring for Devin Haney, and Devin Haney didn't show him no love because he wasn't trying to fight that man. I guarantee you Shakur won't walk in the ring with Keyshawn Davis. And look, that would be all that has to matter if that was to happen. You wouldn't have to say too much. The fans would be like, oh, shit. I know Shakur didn't just walk in there with Keyshawn Davis and call him out. That will set a wildfire. I'm giving you the play, man. I'm giving y'all the play. Keyshawn, Shakur, I'm giving you the play, man. You was up there on the sideline calling out Teofimo Lopez. You know, Shakur Stevens hopping in there, Devin Haney. You know, both of y'all have been on the sideline and in the ring calling out other fighters. Both of y'all got that trash talking. They got that. You have that locked in. You know what I'm saying? You have that trash talking. How would I put it? You have that gene. You know what I'm saying? You have that ability for thorough trash talking. Keyshawn better than Shakur. Shakur say the same stuff over and over again. F you, you bitch. F you, you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Shakur, I mean, Keyshawn mix it up a little bit. He'll just crash out on you and start talking about some shit to make you think they about to film a movie. And he gonna be the black goddamn assailant in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be going around and ain't nobody gonna know why the body count keep rising. Hey man, there's a serial killer around this motherfucker knocking people out. You know what I'm saying? And look, and writing KD on that motherfucker, on their cheekbone. You know, hey, he writing on the cheekbone, and there's a message for Shakur. Say, hey, this where I'm gonna touch you at, your jawline right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave this right here, KD, because I'm gonna knock you out, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. You already know, man. Shout out to Boxing Magic. What's good? Shakur just an actor. Playing boxer. Dude is sickening. Reminds me of wannabe who trying hard to fit in. Everybody have their personality, man. That's all I say. Everybody have their personality. I'll talk my shit about certain fighters, but you know, I don't feel a fighter needs to talk to everybody to be accepted. Because having too many people in your circle, for you, you know, it comes down to the maturity scale, you know. Who raised you, first of all? What did you learn during that period where you was maturing and understanding, you know, how the growth period is supposed to be? How much did you learn from that? Who was the teacher, if there was any? That shit can definitely bleed over to your 20s, and you can be either one of those high-end intellectual logical thinkers, so to speak, or you can be one of those people in life that's trying to catch up. And catching up means you're hanging around certain people that you semi look up to, that you can learn from, but you're just hanging around them because they're somebody you want to be. I mean, it's somewhat living vicariously through people. You know, some people hang out in the herd because they attempt to try to either emulate how a person is acting, or the people that those individuals know, they know they won't be able to be in their circle or be in their presence unless they had the one that they looking up to. They just don't want to say it. You know, some people just hang out, and it's really called like freeload. And I'm not saying in this case, but you know, they freeload. They just want to be in the community presence of people just because they're not there yet. Shakur is just about Clout chasing Key, because Key getting more respect than Shakur. And you know, I said that in Norfolk. I said that Keon, man, the energy when Shakur walked in the ring, it was, I mean, in the room when Keyshawn was back there, he's the main event in his last fight. He just didn't walk in and people's like, oh shit, stop what you're doing. Nah, man, people were back there. Goddamn, it was almost like it was an after party back there. I mean, the way they were sitting back there for Keyshawn, man, yeah, he felt awkward. I agree. He felt mad awkward, bro. He just couldn't walk in and change and move the room. I felt that the energy was too much Keyshawn Davis energy back there. Even more energy than I see at Shakur fights in Newark. Norfolk is different. When you crack the open door and they showed Shakur walking in there with Keyshawn and them, man, everybody was back there like it was like an after party almost. You know, you couldn't have thought, oh, Keyshawn about to go for, he still haven't fought yet. I mean, they was back there showing that man love. You just don't see that type of energy for Shakur fights. That's just all. You might see some people sitting around. But Keyshawn, man, his people was in there like heavy. They was in there heavy for Keyshawn. No, it ain't absolutely make believe. Look, if we didn't watch the sport closely and then we try to play matchmaker, when you play matchmaker, all it is you're trying to predict how certain fighters will move based on the division they're currently in, their age, how long they've been residing in that division, predicting when they might make a transition out to fight this, what they've accomplished when they was in that division that they can take to the next division. It's all, at the end of the day, you have to process it. You have to troubleshoot. You have to put a spreadsheet out there. I mean, yeah, it takes a lot more than just logical thinking. You have to really brainstorm this shit. And it's almost like you're trying to put formulas together of different weight class, the fighters that's in there, what they done, you know, how those accomplishments is going to benefit them moving to the next division. Why are they moving to the next division? Who's there for them to make a big name off of? We have to, I know a lot of us do, we have to take a look at a snapshot and continue to put those stills together, frame them on potentially on what fighter that we're primarily focused on, fighter or fighters. And we have to go through a prediction measure. We have to. We just can't wait for everything to play out. Our minds don't think like that. And anything that we have in life, like you go into a job, you're not going there and just thinking about that day. If that job is something that you know that has long-term benefits and shit like that, promotions, pay increases, what are you doing? You're basically trying to think ahead on what you can do to get to this spot. Okay, you get there, you get another pay raise. You get there, boom. You keep going and going and going. Naturally, our thought process is forward. It's supposed to be. Our thought process for achievement is forward. We don't never say, okay, I want to look to the back and see can I achieve something. No, based off what you did in the past should have elevated you in the present. The present becomes what? The past at a certain point in time. All right? What you did in the past, thinking about that promotion, could potentially be your present. Once you're in the present, you got to think about your future. So you got to continue to have goals, expectations that you set for yourself. And once you reach those goals, now they're the present. And your thought process to get to that point is now your past. But your past will always be a part of your present. Always. And that's where we at with this. They have to think about the bosom buddy, the builder buddy, and put this shit into they have to bring it to fruition based off shit that they're gonna think about in the past. Man, I would like to fight this, that, and the other. They can really plot and plan this accordingly. But the only time I really see my people going at each other is when it's genuine beef and it's back and forth. Not to make money. I haven't seen anyone pull this off yet. I want to see somebody pull it. I want to see them pull it off. Even if you have to fake it. Money is money. I want to see you pull it off. I want you to be able to separate friendship from business. I haven't seen it. Jamel Charlo showed that he was selfish. There's no way that he would have gave Errol Spence the opportunity. But looking at, hearing what Mike said, Mike caveat, I said that shit before Mike even said it on his podcast, bro. He said, if that's your brother, you would eat with your brother. I put this equation out when Jamel Charlo was undisputed long before Mike said that shit. And even when the Charlos was there, their mindset wouldn't allow them to process it in a positive way to say, yeah, I need to do that. No, all they thinking about is what? Themselves. Now, you take Keyshawn, because they was much older. They supposed to be more mature, right? The Charlos, Jamel Charlo could have really ate well with Spence. Could have got with Al Haymon. They could have planned that shit. Oh, man. Being in the same stable, split stables. Errol Spence still with Derrick James. Jamel go over there with Ronnie Shields, supposedly. Whoever. And it would have been great. But Keyshawn and Shakur, in my opinion, are different. You know what I'm saying? They super young. And I think they can make incredible amount of money together. And think about this builder buddy when they're in their 30s. Bud gonna stop Canelo in the building. What he do, man? Keyshawn one of them. Yeah. For sure. He picked him up. Like he was a garbage bag full of wet, a little used tissues and toilet paper and shit. People, wash their hands in the bathroom, grab that towel and throw it in there. That shit was that light. You know what I'm saying? Bag full of feathers and shit. You know what I'm saying? Cotton balls. I ain't never knew a nigga that hurt his back, picking up a bag of cotton balls he dropped on the floor. I mean, he damn near tossed Shakur up and hit his head off the ceiling. I mean, goddamn, he probably shocked himself. He said, hey, Crawford, Bud, come here. I could have low-key suplex Shakur if I wanted to, but I wasn't trying to hurt the nigga. He got a fight coming up with Schofield, but that nigga light as shit. Come on, big bro. Come on, man. Come on. We should fight, man. We just trying to come up with a date to call him out. Come on, big bro. I don't want to ruin the relationship with you, bro. I respect you, man. But come on, man. Me and Shakur got to fight, man. I got to get that. Man. He light in the ass there, Bud. Come on, Bud. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't lying. Bud gonna like, I ain't got nothing to do with that, man. I'm going in, man. I ain't talking about that shit. Both of y'all, my peoples and shit like that. I ain't trying to get in that. I'm telling you. Hey, Key, man. Key done called Bud over there. Hey, man, you seen that video? Dude was light. Dude was super light, dog. God damn. Dude was super light, man. And then Bud say, hey, Keyshawn, I hear you, man. You're right. But you didn't have to shove him like that in the middle of the ring. He went all the way back to the ropes. Man, you didn't have to do that, man. I saw what you was doing. God damn, nigga, you flexing too hard. You was really sizing that nigga up. Shout out to Jessica the Bill. He was sizing them up, bro. Sizing them up big time. Salute to the queen on deck, man. Yeah, that's real bad. That fight need to happen, though. That fight need to happen. Eddie Hearn says, switching, transition up out of here. Um, Eddie Hearn said that Andy Cruz is in Keyshawn's head. I don't agree with that, but I know how Eddie Hearns is just trying to, constantly stir the pot. What the hell's in that pot? I couldn't be able to tell you. But it says promoter Eddie Hearns said he spoke with Keyshawn Davis last night and was winding him up about Andy Cruz following the Cuban's talent victory over Omar Salcido at the Cosmopolitan of Las Vegas. Hearns reminded Keyshawn that he fought Cruz 4 times in the amateur and lost every time. He told Davis that he has a mental block from those losses and is haunted by the memories. It did nothing to him. 5-0 and a nightmare. Do y'all believe that shit? Do y'all remember? Do y'all believe that Andy Cruz is a nightmare at 135? I don't think he's a nightmare. Is he a nightmare to Keyshawn? Keyshawn's going to have to freaking handle that sooner or later. I don't know if it's going to be a 35 or 40. But I don't see Andy Cruz leaving 35 anytime soon. It said the 2020 Olympic gold medalist Cruz, 5-0, 2 knockouts, is being fast-tracked to a world title and being matched against talented opposition to get him a belt quickly. He made Salcido 20-2, 14 knockouts look easy last night, besting him by 10-round unanimous decision by the scores, 99-91, 98-92, and 98-92. Salcido is a very good fighter, but he was out of his league against Cruz. It goes on to quote, I was winding Keyshawn up. I like him. He was saying, I beat him, Andy Cruz. I beat him. I said, May, he's in your head. You got a mental block with Andy Cruz. You can't beat him. You fought him 4 times and you never beat him. Well, that was the amateurs. Look, you're angry again. I was just winding him up, said Eddie Hearns, the IFL TV, discussing the conversation with Keyshawn Davis about how problems with Cuban talent Andy Cruz. Andy is brilliant. I think people forget how good Salcido was as well. I think he's going to get better and better against better opposition. Hearns continued about Cruz. I think sometimes he switches off when he gets bored, when he knows how easy it is. And he's just really, really good. The IBF said Hearn, when asked where he moves Cruz, if Loma retires, is going to be Abdullayev against Marathaya. Where it is anyway for the interim, and Andy is next in line. So, that's a solid fight or whatever, I'll put that up for the replay, the playback game rather. I'll put that up there, but yeah, let me put that up there. But that was Boxing News 24, of course. And, Eddie Hearns, man. It is what it is with him. I'll let y'all peep that out. That's Eddie Hearns' quote. I'm not really going to hit the diving board and do a flip about this freaking news. It's not anything that I plan on seeing right now. Like I said, Keyshawn is a much bigger name than Andy Cruz at the moment. Much bigger name. Andy Cruz, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Will he be, I don't know. Will it be much more exciting if he was to face Keyshawn? Yeah, up the line, cool. I just don't know, man. Yeah, he boxes. I don't have nothing bad to say about Andy Cruz. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just, he's doing what he's supposed to do, 5-0, fighting more experienced competition. But I don't think he's doing enough for people to gravitate towards him, to become familiar, to have him as one of their favorite fighters. Keyshawn has the bravado. He has the mouthpiece. He has the performance value. He knows how to talk to the people and connect with the people on the camera. Plus he has the Olympic pedigree just like Andy Cruz. The only thing about it is Andy is a gold and Keyshawn is silver. Something right now is just what I say about him and Shakur. Keyshawn has an understanding on where he's trying to go, and that's towards the money. He don't feel like the money is back there with Andy Cruz, who's 5-0. He does feel like the money especially when I keep on putting it out there that the money for a big fight is him getting a title, of course, and him fighting Shakur Stevenson. That's where the money's at. That's where the money at. Big talk. Big talk. That's where the money at. We're going to see who survives. You know, if anyone, the two take a loss, it's going to change up everything. Seriously. It's going to change everything, bro. But I'm just going to say this, man. Nelson, you fought a very, very good fight, man. I commend you to be that age and go in there against a youngin and have solid success. I think with Pacheco, he's a very solid, fluent, smooth, technical skill sniper. He does have some work to do. He might need to come out that comfort zone just a little bit and let his combinations be more than just 2 to 3. Because he has that reach. And he was very punctual with landing his shots. If he can just speed it up a little bit and put together a bit more combination sets, higher combination sets, I think he'll be able to do more damage to his opponent. I know it's all about looking pretty, not being touched up, anything like that, but he has it in him. He has it in him. But a lot of people are going to say you shouldn't have let Steven Nelson, an older fighter like Nelson, shine so well against you, and you're up and comer, and you have those secondary belts in your possession. They want to come in here and see some domination. I don't think anyone can say that fight against Steven Nelson, you dominated. Like it was a one-sided fight. It wasn't even like that. You didn't dominate the fight. They're using Cruz to protect Tank, and I'm a Tank fan. Yeah, shout out to Blue Hustle in the building. What's good? What's good? Yeah, I don't know per se. My thought process hasn't been like they're using Cruz to protect Tank. I don't know, man. Like my thought process is not there yet for even giving a little bit of consideration for Keyshawn to reach back and fight Andy Cruz. Like they do have a history. They do have a history. They're not friends, first of all. They do have a history with the Olympics. Common sense is not so common anymore, but it would be something that psychologically trending, saying if someone beat me that many times in the Olympics, it's definitely on my mind. It should be. I can't think for them. It should be on Keyshawn's mind. But on the other hand, what he's accomplishing, and he's on the brink of picking up a championship, Cruz's star power hasn't quite hit the constellation it needs to be in right. We don't see that twinkle yet. We need to start seeing fans see Andy Cruz as a twinkle, twinkle little star. Every time Keyshawn's name is around, not the twinkle that we hear from someone like Eddie Hearns bigging up just because. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's his fighter. Of course, he's doing what he want to do. But I'm talking about overall for the fans, I don't see that flickering. I don't see that star from afar. I don't see people just saying, hey, yeah, we rocking with Andy Cruz. That's who we want to see. No. Like, Andy Cruz just came off a fight, and you're not going to hear anything else from him. That's just how it is over there. Like, them fighters over in Philly. Stephen Fulton. He don't have a fight. You don't hear too much from him. Jerron Ennis. He have a fight. You don't hear too much from him. Andy Cruz, same way. How are you going to build? How are you going to expand? How the numbers are going to grow with their fan base? If they keep on just tying you down to one fighter who's trying to build his name. Look, I think, a part of Keyshawn's mentality is he wants to be the one that's being pursued. While he pursuing somebody else, he want the others to be there and coming up from behind trying to get a fight. Every time he turns around, somebody trying to poke him on the shoulder. Hey, you remember me? Yeah, we didn't live. I don't want to beat you. You know, he wants them to pursue him while he's trying to pursue bigger fights with championships and bigger names. So while they're playing catch up, he's saying, if you do what you're supposed to, we'll get the fight. We'll end up clashing. Do what you're supposed to, and this may work out in the near future. That's all I can say. You never know when it comes to business, though. You never know. I did hear some information that Crawford will not be facing Sergey Deryanchenko. Okay? A lot of you in the chat may not know who I'm talking about. This guy right here. Terrence Bud Crawford, I don't know if you ever heard of him before, but, you know, he knows this guy right here pretty well, Turkey Al Sheikh, right? He's making crazy moves. You know, Crawford, you know, his accolades goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? It's been too many times that, you know, those naysayers, the stress levels has reached an all-time high. But check this out. It's been said and confirmed that their fight, a fight that so many naysayers and critics say wouldn't happen, is supposedly going down in September. But what I want to say is, all right, with that fight going on in September, there are individuals are complaining about Crawford fighting in August. All right. Here is the dilemma when it comes down to it. The dilemma is that you have unqualified, unlicensed freaking therapists, physicians trying to say, hey, you know, is it smarter Crawford who fought August to wait out to fight Canelo in September? Now, if we go back, you remember Crawford fought Madrimov just at 13 months, just outside of a year. Because him and Spence fought July 29th, right? Just outside of a year. He stepped back and fought Madrimov in August. Okay, August 3rd of 2024. If this works out the same way, it'll be a little bit more days, but August, September, just outside of a year. You got people out here complaining, saying that Crawford should fight a tune-up just to prove to the critics that he should do what they tell him to do. Just like when they wanted him to lead Top Rank. Oh, you should fight somebody, because how dare you think you're going to be able to come in there off a year layoff and fight Canelo Alvarez at your age, 38, 39, depending on where you read, 40. But you know what, people? I just don't hear this criticism going for Beterbiev, who's fighting February 22nd, and he's 40 years old. Like, yeah. I don't hear it about Zhang. Yeah. I just don't hear fighters who are in the 40s getting older, Lomachenkos who keep getting older, but yet they say they're competitive. But when it comes to Crawford, I swear to God, yo, these cats up here talking about what's fair and unfair. Canelo is scheduled to fight May, and they're saying, oh, man, it's no way Crawford is going to be able to go in there because Canelo's going to be in fight camp. It may work against him. You talking about going through fight camp, going in there fighting Skull, right? June, July, okay? August. That's more than an 8-week minimal training camp for Canelo to get out of the Skull fight, relax a little bit, and then get back in the fight camp for Crawford. Now, one or two things. He can go in there and take the fight serious, you know. Or he might go in there for Skull and say, you know what, I really don't have to train at least twice a week. I know I'm going to go in there and dominate this dude just like I did Chavez Jr. He's going to be a punching bag. Just go in there and get him out the way. Very minimal damage, wear and tear on my body. I'm out. I can rest up and jump back in the fight camp for the real fight. Yes. But you have these people saying that Crawford should not think he can come in here moving up 2 weight divisions and think that he can go in there and fight Canelo Alvarez after being out of the ring for a year. When they heard he was fighting Sergey Deryanchenko, they was like, great. That's gonna be a tough fight for Crawford. Sergey been in there with everybody. Crawford's resume don't add up to Sergey Darynchenko. Even though Darynchenko have losses, still his experience level far exceeds the names that's on Crawford's resume. Yep, for sure. I get it. Seriously, I get it, bro. But there's a difference. You know, sometimes when people don't put respect on your name, you got to continue to show them. You know what I'm saying? That's all. So, man, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Put some respect on his name. You already know. Until next time, I'm out.